Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Pedagogy in Practice. Today we're going to wrap up how we can use Think, Pair, Shares in face-to-face classes. So let's dive in. All right, so let's think about how we can do a Think, Pair, Share in a face-to-face class. So one strategy we can do is we can provide students a really complicated concept or question or maybe a problem that they need to solve. Give them some time to think, work through it on their own. They can share their responses with a pair, and then they can share out with a larger group. So a Google form can be a great way to facilitate sharing with a larger group because you can also analyze everybody's responses and show all those responses on the board or on a projector. So let's just say that I give a really complicated problem that I need everybody to solve. So I give students maybe 2 minutes to work through it on their own. They can share and check their answers with a pair. And then once they've all decided in their pair groups, they've confirmed that they think the answer is A, then they can submit their answer to a Google form and we can look at it together as a class. Now this can be really helpful because if it's a complicated problem and I notice that 20% of students are incorrectly guessing the answer is B, then I can explain why the answer is actually A, or even better, I can have a student or student volunteers walk us through why A is actually the correct answer. So it can be a really great way to integrate that formative assessment and integrate some meaningful interactions in the class. So if I'm using a Google form, I just wanted to show 2 quick tips about how you could possibly share the link to the Google form. So let's say I've created my Google form. It would look better than this. I would have a title and answers. But let's say that this is what I want to share with students. I'll click on send. And then I can shorten the URL. This is important if you're doing a QR code. And so let's say I want to do a QR code. So I can shorten the URL and click copy. And then I can just Google QR code generators. One that I've used that works is this QR code generator at goqr.me. And I just type in the link here. And then here's the QR code. And I'll download it as a PNG. And then you can open it or you can save it. What's helpful about this is that if you wanted to, you could add this to a Canvas page or to a PowerPoint presentation so that students could scan your PowerPoint presentation and have access to the form on their phone. The other thing you can also do is embed the form in a page in Canvas. So let's say that I have this in-class activity page. So students know that this is where we're going to have, they can access an in-class activity that we'll be doing in class. And so what I can do is I can take the form and I can click on these 2 little carrots, and this is the embed code. So I'll click copy. And then I'm going to click insert and embed. And this way I can embed the Google form so that students can access it from a Canvas page. And they'll be able to submit their answer directly in here without even having to leave. So one of the things that's really helpful is if we can think about doing both options so that students are able to do it on their phone if they'd like to, or they can also complete the form if they have access to a computer in class. And that's it. Those are just some ways that we can think about leveraging mobile devices, providing students lots of different opportunities to share answers in a Google form in class. Thank you. Bye.